Seems like reality is coming up with something new all the time. Wedding shows are popular, plastic surgery shows are popular, and now there's a show that combines both. And a chance to win a luxurious dream wedding with a competition for a complete cosmetic surgery makeover. I mean, this is all rolled into, what a busy show. Critics don't like it, and there are many of them out there. They are calling it offensive. They're calling it upsetting. Take a look.
Every bride wants to look perfect on her wedding day, but some may need some extra help.
I definitely need a breast lift.
There's a little excess tissue here.
A little?
Now there's a place where they can come to complete their quest for ultimate perfection.
Hi ladies, I'm Shayna Mokler and welcome to Bridalplasty!
The brides will compete for the chance to have plastic surgery procedures before their wedding day.
Over there is a tray with 10 syringes. As you finish your puzzles, you may grab a syringe, go downstairs, where Dr. Dubrow and his staff will be having an exclusive injectables party.
Tons of women get plastic surgery every day. They just don't admit it.
She's gonna fill out her wedding dress, that's for sure.
And the last bride standing will not only complete her head-to-toe transformation, she will also get a celebrity-style dream wedding. After being away from her fiancé for 4 months, she will finally walk down the aisle and he will lift her veil to reveal her new look.
Okay, well, Dr. Terry Dubrow is the board-certified plastic surgeon on Ease Bridalplasty, and former Miss USA and Dancing with the Stars contestant Shayna Mokler is the host. So I appreciate you guys being here. The brides are Kristen, Melissa, and Jamie. And they're each still in the running, and they're wearing their wedding veils today so they won't give away what stages their plastic surgery is in. So I welcome everybody here. Shayna, let me start with you.
Sure.
Why is this show getting so much criticism?
I keep hearing, you know, isn't this giving the wrong message to young women? Don't you think that we're kind of glorifying the Barbie syndrome, you know? So I think that's where our critics are coming from. But for me, I think when you're dealing with plastic surgery, I think it's something that's really personal. And though it seems kind of shocking when you see the trailer, you know, each girl, it is personal, but each girl has a really relatable story that I think a lot of you are going to be kind of intrigued with.
You know, I think what, and Doctor, you can help us here. I don't know. It's very unsettling to me to see all of these women around this table scrambling for syringes so they can grab them and run downstairs to get shot up. That's unsettling to me at many different levels.
Well, I understand plastic surgery is not for everybody. It may not be for you, but it's an extremely common thing that we do across the board in the United States.
Are you suggesting that I need plastic?
No. No, I actually...
Personal choice.
I know I have a high forehead. I know that.
No, I think you look great. But the point is, it's not for everyone, but for a lot of people, plastic surgery can have very powerful effects. And we're really just turning on the camera to what's happening in the United States right now.
You know, it is a combination of plastic surgeries and weddings, and some of the girls, yeah, you would think and say, no, they don't need anything. Why are they there? You know, they might have something small that they'd like to change about themselves, but some of the women were there for the wedding. They wanted that $100,000 wedding. They've had to postpone their weddings. They were there. And then there were some girls that were there that wanted the plastic surgeries.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was
All right,
it.
Kristen, what'd you want to say?
If I could just side note, there were some girls with their lists that simply had, I just want to get rid of my acne scars, which is a plastic surgery. That's
Right, I got
considered
that.
So they had simple things on there, such as, I mean, for me, one of my lists was I just wanted hair removal. I get horrible bumps every time I shave. Yeah, it's real personal. I get it.
Dr. Phil, no one needs plastic surgery, right? But people want plastic surgery. And who's to tell you what deformity or what problem you have may determine what procedure you should get? In other words, a small bump on the nose in one person, they may be very self-conscious about it. And they just remove that, and they're a fantastic person inside, and they become just much more
All right, but Doctor, you know as well as I do that people who try to improve self-image by manipulating body image is not the right approach to go.
There's no question about that. None of these people have body dysmorphia syndrome, right?
I
None of them
assume you've screened those out.
We've screened them out.
Yeah.
So these people are in a good spot.
not to interrupt you, doctor, but some of the girls on our show, for instance, one of the contestants lost her breast to breast cancer. And so, you know, can you imagine being able to get her breasts augmented before her wedding when she's horribly disfigured from having...
Right. Yeah, that's a whole lot different than scrambling for Botox injections,
Right.
and you know...
But we do have those girls,
but
too.
what you're doing is you're telling an isolated story that tends to credibilize the whole thing. Here's what the critics have said. They said, quote, "This concept is so incredibly offensive." Quote, "This show promises to be as ridiculous as it sounds." Quote, "A recipe for one unclassy bridal competition." Quote, "The materialism and shallowness of America's society." Extremely upsetting plastic surgery show coming soon. I mean, it just goes on and on.
You know what?
Why are people so fired up about this? Melissa, what do you want to say?
They forget about the wedding.
Yeah.
They forget entirely about the wedding.
They completely judged us before they even knew us and or watched the show to get to know us.
All right, each of the contestants on Bridal Plasty has a cosmetic surgery wish list. Kristen's first: breast augmentation, liposuction of chin, cheeks, abdomen, flanks, outer thighs, and knees, laser hair removal, teeth straightening, Botox, pretty extensive list. We're going to talk about all of that work Kristen wants done and find out the other bride's wish list when we come back. We're talking with contestants on a new e-reality show called Bridal Plasty, where brides compete for plastic surgery and a dream wedding. Now, Jamie, Melissa, and Kristen are competing in the series right now. Their faces are covered because they can't give away what stage their cosmetic procedures are in. Now, Ashley is the first contestant to be voted off the show, Bridal Plasty. She's not here, but we have her on tape. Take a look.
If you want Alexandra to stay, raise your hand. If you want Ashley to stay, keep your hand down.
It's like watching a train wreck because you can't do anything about it.
Are you ready? Vote.
When your fate rests in the hands of someone else, it's a very scary feeling.
Raise them up high, please. Ashley, I'm sorry. You are the first one to be eliminated from Bridal Plasty.
A hand raise was my demise.
Your wedding will still go on, but it just may not be perfect.
It was an extreme disappointment to be voted off of Bridal Plasty. I'm in the house with 11 women that are extremely competitive. It didn't appear that a lot of them needed plastic surgery. It really makes you wonder what is going on in a young woman's mind when she's already beautiful and she wants to get fat sucked out of her face. I don't think that it's strange at all for women to compete for free plastic surgery. Who wouldn't jump at the idea? Now that I'm out of the competition, I do plan on getting my nose and my breasts done. I will have my dream wedding.
Now, Kristen, we went over your wish list. Wow, you must be a wreck. You want...
Oh my gosh,
How
Dr.
did you ever get a
Phil?
husband? You say,
No, you know what?
you
Here's
say
the
you
thing.
need liposuction of the chin, cheeks, abdomen, flanks, outer thighs, knees, laser hair removal, teeth straighten, Botox, breast augmentation. That's a lot of stuff, isn't it?
No, this is
No.
very common.
This is you before the show. You are a doll. Look at this girl. I mean, this woman, you say she's a candidate for all of these things.
Yeah, she is. You know, if someone has small breasts or has small pockets of fat, who's to say that you're not allowed to have liposuction because they aren't huge?
Yeah, they are
That's
very
actually
small.
what liposuction is designed for. People near their ideal body weight who have little problem areas.
Yeah,
so
but
it
what-
sounds like a
I
lot
mean,
of areas, but in reality,
But what
it's
about
just standard.
hitting the gym, hitting the track,
You know
pushing
what?
back from the
Well,
buffet?
You can
Okay,
see.
wait.
No,
I mean,
I completely agree with you. I completely agree with you. But there are diet and exercise resistant areas
Well,
that
that's
you
true.
cannot
There's no
remove.
question about that.
Yeah.
Now, Melissa's cosmetic surgery wish list is just as long as Kristen's. Nose job, skin resurfacing, teeth straightening, breast augmentation, liposuction of arms, abdomen, flanks, inner and outer thighs and knees, and acne treatment. So you wanted a lot of stuff done as well, correct?
Yes.
Wave your hand.
Oh, right here.
Oh, there's you. Okay.
Yes.
I gotta find you here.
It's changes for me, but being fit has been a struggle for me. And even though I work out and I do everything that I can to stay fit and, you know, do my job, it doesn't get rid of the problem areas that I have.
Okay, but you said that you never considered surgery before the show because that was on your dime, that you'd be willing to do it as long as somebody else is paying for it.
Right. I
Who
mean,
doesn't want something that's for
it's
free?
free.
Do you know how expensive it is?
All
I
right,
mean,
let's
I was
look
doing
at
it for the
Jamie's. Let's look
wedding.
at Jamie's wish list. Compared to the other brides, her wish list is particularly concise. Breast augmentation, nose job, teeth whitening, filler for upper lip. I don't even know what that is. Botox on the forehead. So you had a shorter list.
I just want to say one thing in Dr. dubrow's defense when you mentioned working out. He had let us know that if people were getting liposuction and other things in our consult, that he said, I want you to know that this isn't going to fix everything, that you're going to have to keep it up, you're going to have to stay with your active lifestyle and with your workout regimen, because obviously we can cut you and do whatever we can do right now,
He refused to work on them unless they were at that ideal.
Working out and keeping it up.
Is any part of this show preparing these women for marriage?
Yeah, a lot of the bridal challenges that we had different experts come in and speak with the girls, and we had topics from dealing with your in-laws, dealing with intimacy issues, communication with your partners. Every challenge that they competed in, even though it was bridal themed, even though that they could win a plastic surgery, it was all bridal themed.
So if they could win a plastic surgery by learning to talk or problem solve with their
well, the
future
winner,
husband.
no.
The challenges were much worse than that.
Now, and there's recovery time from all of this. I mean, are these women going to be able to enjoy a honeymoon, for example?
Well, this show was done far in advance of the time they would get married.
There's enough downtime.
Yeah, and as soon as they underwent any surgical procedure, we built a recovery room in the mansion they were staying at. They were under 24-hour observation with one of my nurses. And they weren't allowed to participate in any of the house activities that next week. They were on medical leave. Okay. So they were
but your husbands aren't going to see you till the veil is lifted, right?
Either way, we're still going to be the same to our husbands, regardless of what we have done, because you shouldn't let a surgery
but some of this is pretty extensive. And
but it's not going to change your personality. If your husband fell in love with you, then your husband fell in love with your personality, not your looks.
I'm not so sure I agree with that.
Whoa.
But no, seriously, if some of this is really extensive, right?
Yes.
And I mean, and if a husband hasn't seen their bride since all this has been done, I mean, you got to be worried you're going to lift the veil and there's Michael Jackson standing there.
That's a very good point, but I think one of the reasons I'm on this show, honestly, is that they picked a plastic surgeon. They picked a plastic surgeon known for sort of more natural results. But I tell you, I got married. My wife, when she lifted the veil, that day looked very different, having lost 20 pounds sort of the last 2 weeks, hair extensions, makeup, and so on. That's a very temporary change. My change, obviously, is much more permanent. But as you said in previous shows, you change the wrapper, but the candy inside is still the same, right? Yeah. So the love and commitment is still there. They're just a better version of themselves.
Well, I hope so. All right, look, many brides would like to be perfect for their trip to the altar as they walk down that aisle. So we're going to meet a woman next who refuses to marry her fiancé until she makes a dramatic change. I'm going to keep talking to y'all. Just stay put. We'll be right back.
I really want to marry Jake right now, and the only thing stopping us really is my weight.
Irene's definitely holding this wedding date hostage.
Well, I want to thank Shayna Moakler and Dr. Terry Dubrow for being here today. The show, Bridalplasty, is on E, and you can catch it every Sunday night. You may like it, you may not, but it will be interesting. I do think it's interesting. We'll have more on our website, drphil.com, and you can find me on Facebook or Twitter. Thanks for being here. So long.